What's up guys, I'm Xavier the X6 Gamer, and today I'm going to be profiling my Timelord deck profile. Start off, I have 3 Time Maiden. You use Time Maiden, it's your main combo piece. To control no monsters, you can special summon her from your hand, and you can then tribute her in order to add a time limit to your hand, which you can then normal summon because you wouldn't control no more monsters. She counts as 2 tributes for a Time Lord, and you can banish her from the graveyard in order to special summon a Time Lord. And when put into combo with the Ritual Sanctuary Field spell, you just keep recycling her. Next up we have 3 Lazion the Time Lord. Now I'm going to state the effects that all the Time Lords have right now, and just remember it for the other ones. And after the effects that they all have, they each have extra effects, either 1 or 2 of them. For all the Time Lords, they can not be special summoned from the deck. You can all the Time Lords.
That's what I was going to say. Damn, like you have to have a special memory for that, you know?
You have to have a special livery. That'd be awful, wouldn't it?
I don't know.
Okay. For all the Time Lords, they cannot be special summoned from the deck. If you control no monsters, you can normal summon them without tribute. They cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. You take no damage from battles involving them. And during your standby phase, they shuffle into the deck. Now, Lazion's effects that are different from everyone is when he battles, shuffle your opponent's graveyard into the deck, and the effect that you actually use him for, which is once per turn, when your opponent draws a card, they take 1,000 points of damage. So during their draw phase, they're going to take 1,000. Next card is 3 Zaphion the Time Lord. Zaphion's battle effects is that after it battles, return all spells and traps from your opponent's back row or field spell into the deck. And Zaphion says that if your opponent manages to destroy it in some way, or it is sent from the field to the graveyard in any way, you get to draw a card. After that, I have 3 Camion the Time Lord. Camion's effect that's different from the others is after he battles, during the end of the battle phase, shuffle 1 card your opponent controls into the deck, and then inflict 500 points of damage to your opponent. And it is non-targeting, and neither player can activate cards or effects in response to Camion's activation. And then 3 Meta Ion the Time Lord. Meta Ion is at the end of the battle phase, shuffle all cards on the field, all monsters on the field except for himself into the deck.
I don't know how we did it. It's like
Okay.
a cater. Nice, dude. And it's cut up into like. Got you. Yeah. Let's go upstairs. Thanks, dude.
Okay. Meta Ion, at the end of the battle phase, shuffles all monsters other than himself into the deck, and your opponent takes 300 damage for each. 2 Sation the Time Lord. If Sation battles and your life points are lower than 4,000, your life points become 4,000. And that's it for the Time Lords. After that, I'm running Kaijus. I have 2 Jizukuru, 2 Gamma Seal, and Humongous. And then As extra defense, I have 2 Trigodia and 3 Swift Scarecrow. And then I have Maxi because Maxi. For the spells, I'm running triple Ritual Sanctuary because it's I don't use its first effect, but its second effect. You can return 1 spell card from your graveyard into your deck to special summon a light fairy monster with the same level as the number of spell cards that you sent from your grave into your deck. Special summon a light fairy with the same level, which just lets you keep recycling your Time Maiden to get more Time Lords. After that, I have 2 Mound of the Bound Creator, which says that level 10 or higher monsters, so all of the Time Lords, Trigodia, and Jizukuru cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects, and if they do battle and destroy one of their opponent's monsters by battle, then your opponent takes an extra 1,000 damage. Okay. And then, since I have the 5 field spells, I have 3 terraforming to search them out. And then I have Dark Hole, because Dark Hole and the Time Lords cannot be destroyed by card effects, so you basically get to blow up their field and it costs nothing for you. Then Interrupted Kaiju Slumbers, because it's basically Dark Hole, except then each player gets a Kaiju, which I normally combo with having Meta Ion on the field. So after I give both me and my opponent a Kaiju, I attack with Meta Ion and bounce the Kaijus back to my hand, so I can use them on them later. And then I have 3 Creature Swap, because if you use Creature Swap, after your opponent gives you their monster, you then end your turn, it goes to your opponent's turn, and during their standby phase, your Time Lord shuffles back into your deck. After that, I have a Pot of Duality for consistency, and Advanced Draw for consistency, which another combo with Advanced Draw is to use it on Sation, because when Sation goes to the grave by any means, you get to draw a card, so you tribute, Zaphion. You tribute Zaphion, you draw the 2 for Advanced Draw, and then you draw 1 for Zaphion going to the grave. After that, I have Foolish Burial and 1-for-1, so I can utilize Time Maiden, and Mystical Space Typhoon to destroy the back row. Then I have lose 1 turn, because I really don't like it when my opponent special summons, even though Time Maiden is the main combo card in this deck and all of her effects involve special summoning. I still run the lose 1 turn, and then I have Solemn Strike and Solemn Warning for my traps. For my extra deck, I have 2 Sky Palace Gangardia, number 99 Utopic Dragon, 2 copies of number 35 Renderous Tarantula, and 1 7 Sins, because that's all the rank 10s I could find, and then you can rank 7 Sins up from the Tarantula. And now for the side deck. Okay, for my side deck, I have Solemn Strike, Fiendish Chain, Royal Decree, 3 Imperial Iron Wall, because the main way to get around my Timelords is to banish them, and I'd really appreciate if my opponent couldn't do that. And then I have an 8-card thing where you side this all in at the same time, which adds another level of complexity, and it takes away a little bit of the consistency for the deck when you add it in, but it gives you a beat stick to hit people down with, and it makes sure you can summon multiple Time Lords in a single turn. And that is 3 Gate Infinity, 3 Dragon Dark Worm, and 2 Obelisk the Tormentor to side in, which I normally take out anything that stops, like I take out the lose 1 turn, Pot of Duality, 2 Terraformings, a Ritual Sanctuary, a Swiss Scarecrow, and Humongous in order to exchange for it. Right, should probably do 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. One more. I don't remember what it was. And the creature swap. That's the exchange I normally make. 3 Gate Infinity for this. 3 of these for these, and the obelisk of these 2. That's the exchange that I make, and it gives me more ability to special summon my guys, and after I can then special summon a bunch of Time Lords, I also get the ability to summon Obelisk. When I have Obelisk, I special summon Obelisk, and after I normal summon Meta Ion, so after you attack with Obelisk, and then Meta Ion's effect Meta Ion's effect would activate and return Obelisk to your hand, so it doesn't get destroyed during the end phase by its own effect. And I'm going to give a shout out to my friend Ruben from the Stefano Turtle for giving me the sleeves for this deck. He just gave all of these to me. And then thank you for watching. If you liked the video, give a like. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, like my Facebook page.